G'day Carbonites, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to embark on a new journey here in Space Engineers. So as I do with my ARC series, this episode is going to be the pilot episode where we just discuss the settings and the mods I have, goals for the series, challenges, all the good stuff. Next episode, episode 1, will contain the actual start of the gameplay. So if you want to skip this video, you can. Otherwise, stick around and learn more about the series to come. So before we get into it, I need to discuss the fact that you might be seeing black bars on the top and the bottom of the screen, and that's because I recently built a new computer. That's why it's taken me a little while to get this series out, because I wanted to wait until I have my new computer. So I'm running a new monitor setup, so they're 21:9 aspect ratio. So if you're running 16:9 aspect ratio, you're going to see black bars. Other than that, yeah, okay. So let's get on with it. The scenario is from the workshop. It's a custom scenario made by a bloke called Splitsie. And Splitsie's done a lot for the Space Engineers community, like tutorial videos and all sorts of stuff. He's even started his own series using this scenario, which I highly recommend. Splitsie is very creative, not only with his building, but his editing as well. Yeah, so I definitely recommend checking out his channel and watching that series. It's really, really good. I'll leave a link in the description to it. Okay, so the scenario itself is we're on a Earth-like planet. Let's jump into spectator cam. And it doesn't have any uranium. So the only place you can get uranium from is space, basically. So that leads to the first challenge of power. Power is going to be an issue. We're going to have to use solar panels for power. The other issue is, or the other part of the scenario is the planet is sort of, let's say it's overrun with space pirates. So space pirates have set up a bunch of bases, and we can't actually see them until they start attacking us. So periodically we will get attacked by space pirates, which will just add to the fun. And the only thing we can see there is their headquarters. So that's the goal in quotes, is to take out their headquarters. Now I have done a couple of test plays. This is actually my third attempt of playing this scenario, and I got absolutely demolished both previous times. And I know from previous experience that we'll probably have about 4 to 5 days before we get our first attack. So I want to try and get up and running, get some defenses up and running before that first attack. Otherwise, yeah, there's no coming back. So in this series, like this attempt here, I have made it a little bit easier for myself, because you're meant to start with like there's not enough resources to make a med bay, and if you do that, if you die without a medical room set up, then you die. That's it. That's the end of the series. So I've spawned in some resources just to get a little bit of a head start, because I keep getting annihilated. I am pretty new to the game, so and in saying that, you're going to see a lot of similarities between Splitsie's series and my series, and it's purely for the fact that like most of the stuff I've learnt in Space Engineers is from his tutorial videos and his series itself. So I'm sure I can use my creativity to add a little bit more flair to my designs and stuff like that. Try and separate my my designs from his as much as I can anyway. Okay, settings are We got ×3 inventory. Now that's for cargo size. I have edited the character SBC file to have player inventory at ×10. Well, it's ×9. It's not exactly ×10. And that just makes it a little bit easier for me because you don't have to do multiple trips, or you don't have to do as many trips back and forth when you're trying to unload stuff and build stuff. But that won't take effect until I respawn because I've done that after I started this save. So yeah, that'll be a while off. Assembly and refinery are on ×1, so they're realistic. That's the speed of which they craft. And welding and grinding is on ×2. Other than that, there's no like wolves or spiders. So we just have the space pirates to deal with. They'll be sending drones over our way. Mods. I'll put the mod list in the description, and I just keep in mind that I may be adding to it later on down in the series. So if you like check it out and there's extra mods added, that's because I've been keeping it up to date with new mods that I add throughout the series. Okay, so now let's talk about my personal goal for the series. The thing I like about engineers is the fact that you're only limited by your imagination to an extent. So with that in mind, I like to over-engineer everything. So I will not be taking the easy route. In fact, I'll most likely make things more tedious and hard for myself just because I find it fun. Um, how can I make make an example without giving away too much of my ideas? Okay, so for instance, rather than like just flying over to a space pirate base and dropping a bunch of stone on them to kill them, like even though that's really efficient because the AI can't do anything about it, they can't shoot it or whatever. It's not fun for me. I would rather build some sort of like missile system or something to shoot at them, and then that way the AI have a chance to shoot down the missiles. And that's all I'm gonna say about that because I don't want to give away too many of my ideas for the series. I want to sort of try and leave some of them a surprise. By the way, this is a different save because I knew this was going to take a while for me to explain the series itself. So I have a separate save for episode 1, which it's the same as this, but it's without losing like an hour of the day. Yeah. Okay. So that's basically it. The idea is to over engineer things and make things look pretty. Because I like to build really cool gadgets, like purpose-built ships, and I don't know, like rather than just having one vehicle that can do it all, I'd rather have separate vehicles that I have to use to do certain tasks, and yeah, that's gonna be fun. So, over engineering, main goal, um, aesthetics. It's gonna be pretty high on my list. And yeah, blowing up as much shit as possible. Basically, that's always fun. I think that's everything. I can almost guarantee that I've forgotten something that I want to talk about, but that's what I get for not writing down a list. All right, so we're gonna end the pilot episode here. Next episode will be in the morning, not halfway through the day like this, and we'll be starting the series. Hope you're excited. I am. I'm keen as. Been loving this game. All right. thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you in the next episode. As always, don't forget to lead your targets, and I'll see you next time.